I soloed in a Piper Cub on my 16th birthday in 1944, and flew them for several years after that, building hours toward my private license, which I got on my 17th birthday in 1945. The Piper Cub was used in World War II to a considerable extent for liaison purposes and artillery spotters and things like that. In fact, the Piper Cub was involved in the last air battle of World War II. When these two guys were flying along and they saw a German torch behind enemy lines doing observation, they flew up beside it and started firing at it with their 45 sidearms and forced it to land, and it crashed on landing. They landed beside it, held the two pilots prisoners until the Americans could get there and take over. Then they took off and went back to their base. And it was the last recorded air war of the Second World War. When I lived in Colorado, there was a man that bought a restored J3 Cub and called me to deliver from there to Wisconsin to him. I decided to, since it was the same kind of life that I was going to have made or delivered in Cubs back years before, I'd do it the same way. I'd use Texaco road maps and not bother with aviation charts, since it wasn't going to be able to use navigation equipment anyway. So I took off, and that flight turned into a much greater adventure than I ever expected. When I got back, I wrote a book about it, and here it is. It's been published. It's called The Flight of the Temporal Cub. Now, I'm going to explain what the word temporal means. You will understand when you've read the book. It turned into a far greater adventure than I ever expected, and you need to read the book to really understand it. It's available on Amazon.com.